All right, 90 days of value. We are on day 10. We made it. Let me see. Is it up? Yes, it is up. What's going on, fam? Is it up? Okay, cool. We got audio, we got visual. What's going on? 90 days of value. We made it to day 10. That's what I'm talking about. We in the double digits. What's going on, family? If you don't know who I am, I'm Mr. Kingdom Cash, Charles Dyson. 10 children. Yes, 10 children. Having worked a job since April of 2013. And I spend my time mentoring, coaching, and helping people around the world uh, realize that you can, make great money from home, uh, developing, learning different skills, and leveraging different systems that are already in operation, and make it simple and easy for people to be able to do so. I use my talent and my skill sets to help other people make money. And I've been retiring people in less than a year for the last 8 years, over and over again. The fastest I've ever helped somebody retire was 41 days after I started mentoring and coaching them. And so I decided to do these videos because I got a lot of information. I think this is a time such as this. This is a time where people need great information, mindset shifts, and different ways of viewing things. So I'm going 90 days straight. I made the decision. We're on day 10. If you missed the first 9, you can scroll my page and view them. A lot of great information. This is good information you can listen to in the car ride, on the way to work, on the way home from work, on your lunch break. Just great mental, um, mindset shifts and different pieces of information that you can take and grow from. So today, the topic is feeling boxed in at a job. And I can relate to this. Boy, I can relate to this. And I'm not a person who likes to bash jobs. I don't want to give the wrong impression. I don't want you to think that I am against jobs. I'm not. I just understand that jobs are not meant to elevate you. They are only meant to sustain you, right? To get you by, right? To keep you coming back. And then that's one end of the spectrum. The other end of the spectrum are called golden handcuffs, right? I talked about this the other day. Golden handcuffs, those jobs that pay over 100,000, 200, 300, $400,000 a year. Great pay, but you don't own your time. That job demands your time, right? You do not own your time. And, money is great, but you just have no life, right? And that is not going to give you a sense of fulfillment either, right? But um, like I said, a job is not meant to elevate you. It's only meant to sustain you. And if you find yourself in a situation where you have a job, I said this the other day. I want to interrupt that thought. I'll loop back to that. I said this to somebody the other day. I said, when's the last time you heard of somebody retiring and getting a pension? Do you know, can you count on one hand 5 people that you know that have a pension? They have been all but eliminated. The days of working on one job for 40 years and retiring with a livable income is over. It is over. Those days are gone. It does not exist anymore, right? So if you find yourself, and this is not for people, um, well, actually, it is. It's for everybody. But even if you love your job, I want to speak to those people. Even if you love the work that you do, First of all, congratulations. That's very rare. Second of all, even you still need um, supplemental income, income outside of a job, income that you don't have to depend on a job for, right? Why? Because there's no such thing as job security. It could be here today, gone tomorrow. We, if 2020, 2021 was any indication, they laid off a lot of people and they will do it again. And you don't want to get caught up in that, right? So, to the topic, feeling boxed in at a job. I've been there. Um, from the age of 19 to the age of 26, I worked 2 to 3 jobs the entire time. I worked 3 jobs, 7 days a week for 6 months straight, twice. Do not recommend. that was not good. And the interesting thing, I did a topic about this a few days ago. The interesting thing about working that hard is you could have 3 jobs, be getting 3 different paychecks, and it still not be enough money. It still isn't enough money. And I don't know if you've ever been in that situation, but you start looking at the activity that you're doing for money and you're like, something is wrong. I can't go get a 4th job. I gotta sleep sometime. I am running out of options. What do you do after you have 3 jobs and the paycheck is still not adding up to take care of your lifestyle, to take care of your bills? You're still struggling to get by, right? What do you do in that situation? What and this is not a conversation about income level. This isn't about people who make only less than $20,000 a year, or only $40,000-$50,000 a year, or people who make $100,000. It's not about the amount of money, because you can be making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year, but spending $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year. You could be just, at a higher level, driving a nicer car, living in a nicer house, but still stressed, unfulfilled, and trying to figure things out, right? So that I want to make sure that I preface these next things that I'm about to say with this understanding, because a lot of people get finances confused. Like, just because you drive a nice car or live in a nice house, you're looking at somebody else like they look like they have it all together, and that's not the case, right? And really the goal is to get to a place financially where you have disposable income, you have breathing room, and your quality of life is better. Because if you're living life, you should like the life you live. Please write that down if you're taking notes. If you are living life, you should like the life you live. And this goes back to the foundational principle of really asking yourself and answering this question: what do you want? Like, exactly what do you want? Not what do you think you can have, not what is available to you right now based on the current circumstances in your life. Remove all finances from consideration. I just want to know exactly what you want. I want you to figure out exactly what you want, because imagine living a life where you're working diligently, working hard, and you don't even know what it is that you want to do with your life. And that's a position. When I'm mentoring and coaching people and I ask them that question, a lot of times people don't know what they want, right? Or watch this. I could ask you what you want, and you'll give an answer like, I want at least. Oh, stop right there. Why are you thinking about the least? Why are you thinking about the least? I want between. Hold on, stop right there. Why are you giving me a window? Between what? I would like between, $10,000 to $30,000 a month, you're still not answering the question, what exactly do you want? It's hard. I'm telling you, when I'm talking to people and I'm asking them this question, they find every way, right, to skate around pinpointing internally their desires. Because you've been conditioned to not even think about your desires. If you are in life working diligently, taking care of your family, right, and taking care of yourself, and you're living a life where you're not even thinking about your own desires, you're not living. You're existing. You're existing. And when I'm coaching people, the first thing you got to do to get out of that cycle of just existing is to figure out exactly what you want. Because no matter what you say, no matter what your current perception is of how grand the vision you might come up with when you stop thinking about how much things cost, it doesn't matter what it is that you identify that you want, you can have it. I don't care about the cost. It doesn't matter. If you're willing to move your life in that direction, you can have it. But when you feel boxed in at a job, I've worded this way for a specific reason. When you feel boxed in at a job, I'm trying to tell you, or I identify with this. I used to identify with this. I used to feel this way, but you got to understand that is not a good place to be mentally. You're working hard, you're working diligently, and you're just unfulfilled. How do you get out of that? 3 things. First thing is you need a new environment. I say this repeatedly. I'm going to say it again. The 5 people you speak to the most, right, have a tremendous impact on your life, on how you think, how you behave, how you believe. The 5 people you speak to the most have a tremendous impact on everything about your life. Studies show that your net worth is going to be within 10% of the 5 people you talk to the most. So make sure you're talking to higher quality people, elevated people financially, right? I don't care what anybody say. Somebody might say, Charles, why you talk about money so much? Because it ranks right up there with air. You just can't live without it. Why not talk? Why aren't you talking about money more? Right? It is a pivotal conversation. It is something you need to be focused on every single day. Like I said, it ranks right up there with air. You just got to have it. And anybody who says, money isn't everything is disillusioned. They might be delusional. Money isn't that important. Oh, yeah? Okay, cool. Don't go to work for the next 2 weeks. You'll find out how important money is then. It is extremely important. It's so important you wake up every day and go work for it. So this is a conversation that needs to be had, right? But 3 things. You need a new environment. That's the first thing. And by new environment, I don't mean physical environment, right? Environment, you need to build a new mental environment. You need to place yourself in certain environments, physically and digitally. How many of you have sat down and scrolled your page and looked at the type of content that you see every day? It might be time for a social media cleanse. Have you ever done a social media cleanse where you just start deleting people? If they're not showing, if your algorithm is not showing you things that motivate you, inspire you, and get you dreaming, then you need to change your algorithm. I don't care if you got to delete all the way down to 100 friends or 100 followers. Get it right. because what you see is working on your belief system all the time. You got to get a new environment, new mental environment. That, like I said, the 5 people you speak to the most is working on your mental environment. You need new friends, higher quality friends, people who make money. Because guess what? It's a simple principle. If you hang around 5 people who smoke, you're going to be the 6th one. If you hang around 5 people who drink, you're going to be the 6th one. If you hang around 5 people who go play golf every weekend, you're going to be the 6th one. If you hang around 5 people who go bowling every weekend, you're going to be the 6th one. If you hang around 5 people who get to the bag, who know how to get to the money, what do you think is going to happen to you? When I learned this principle, it was the simplest thing. It was like, oh, so I need to stop talking to these people that complain about life, complain about their job, complain about other things, have conversations about things that don't matter at all. I need to stop talking to those people and then start talking to people who are more goal oriented, who do have dreams and goals and visions and have their goals written down, and they are positive in their speaking and they're optimistic in how they carry themselves, and they are doing things and progressing. I need to start hanging around people like that. And so what did I do? Immediately switched to building relationships with people who fit that category, those categories. And now I'm radical. I'm serious about mine. When I was working 3 jobs, I was serious about changing my life. So you don't got to do this next part. But me, I'm radical. I needed to prove to myself that I meant what I said. So I stopped picking up my phone for certain people without any consideration of how it might make them feel. Hey, this is my mindset. I've been friends with you for how many years? A long time. And if we're not elevating together, what are we doing? We're grown. If we're not moving in the same direction, if we're not trying to get to higher levels together, what are we doing? Like, for real, think about it. Why do you call that person friend? Do they motivate you? Do they inspire you? Watch this. If you bring them an opportunity, will they jump in with you just because? Because it's you. Because y'all tight like that. No? Why are you wasting your time? Why are you allowing that person to waste your time? All the love in the world. They're cool, right? But maybe they just need to be downgraded from friend to associate. All my friends are moneymakers. All my friends are successful. All my friends are elevating. And they can teach me something. And they want to teach me something. And they want to see me successful and better. If we not on that frequency, why do I owe you an explanation? Why should I pick my phone up for you? We've wasted 5 years, 10 years, 15 years being friends. Nothing came of it. Like I said, I'm radical. I don't owe $1 to anybody on this planet. I don't owe you an explanation. We grown. You got kids, I got kids. If I bring you an opportunity and you say no, oh, okay, cool. Cool. All right, cool. I know what I got to do. I don't owe you an explanation. I don't owe you anything. We grown. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Be purposeful about who you hang around. You need a new environment. If you're really tired of living life the way it is on the level that you're on, First thing you need to do is get a new environment. I don't owe anybody an explanation about the decisions that I make for my life. It's mine, and I get one. And I'm going to make sure I maximize my one life. I'm going to make sure I do everything I'm supposed to do to get exactly what I want. That's another thing. When you get clarity about your goals and exactly what your desires are, everything else just falls away. You don't got no time to waste. Every day becomes more important. The time that you have becomes way more valuable because you start thinking differently. You understand differently. Watch this. The 5 people you call friend, they inspire you. Y'all push each other. Does that make sense? You don't owe anybody anything. If you've been friends with somebody for a very long time and y'all ain't progressing together, and then at the very least, if you decide that you want to go higher and you bring them an opportunity and they don't want to go with you, they made their choice. They made their choice. So if you're feeling boxed in at a job, first thing you need to do is get a new environment. Join some different Facebook groups, right? Follow some different people online, people that actually are doing things and progressing and elevating. Get rid of the trash that's on your timeline. Go for a few weeks. You don't got to do it all in one day. Take a few weeks to just start deleting people off your friends list. And then be intentional about who you add onto your friends list. My whole feed is inspirational to me. My whole feed motivates me. Every time I pull up my social media, I get off because I get inspired. I scroll for a few minutes and be like, you know what? I close it because I see people that's progressing and I want to progress too. Need a new mental environment. Read. Get some books. Get a book and open it and read a few pages every day. You need a new environment totally. Mental environment. Be intentional about what you put into your mind. Be intentional about who you hang around. Be intentional about the quality of people that you call friend. And when you get in that new environment, make friends with other people who are thinking the same way. Don't just get in the environment and look around. Actually be intentional about building great relationships that are on the same path as you. Because the current friends you got, if they ain't inspirational to you, it's cool. Y'all can still be cool, but there needs to be a season of separation so you can get what your desires are. Once you get clear about what they are, you can go get it. Obviously, the friends you got right now, they're not trying to go get it with you. Now, like I said, this is a little bit radical, but I mean what I say. When I was working on 3 jobs and I said, I need to figure this out. I'm tired. I was 26 years old, feeling like I was 55. I was like, I cannot work like this until I'm 65 years old. I gotta figure this out. I meant it. Almost cuss. I meant that. Right? I had to change. And I was serious about my change. All right, I think y'all get the point. That's the first thing. If you feel boxed in at a job, the first thing you need a new environment. Second thing you need is a vision for your life. You have to get clear about what you want. You need a vision for your life. And watch this. Tell me, humor me, is a dream free? Isn't it free to dream? It's free. It's free to dream. It's free to dream. So if you're going to have a dream, why have a small one? Dream big as you want to. When you write this vision down and you figure out the things that you want, don't think about any limitations. Don't think about your current environment. Don't think about your current bank account. Don't think about your current credit score. None of that matters. When I ask you what you want, I'm not asking about your circumstances. I'm asking about what it is that you really want. And it doesn't matter how much it costs. Figure out what you want. The how will take care of itself. You need a new vision for your life, right? Watch this. When you wake up in the morning, you're excited to get out of bed. When you wake up in the morning, you're not snoozing the alarm because your vision pulls you. When I say get clear about your vision, I'm talking about get so clear about it that it pulls you towards it. I love to work. I love to build great relationships. I love getting new information because it's pulling me towards the vision that I wrote down. That's the type of vision I'm describing. The vision that pulls you towards it, that gets you invigorated, excited about breathing, excited about being alive, excited about another day, another opportunity. I really believe like there's clinical depression and then there's that other type of depression where it's just a bad mental space. It's just rehearsing negativity over and over and over again. Being in the depressed state, depressed, right? Not inspired, not happy about life, not happy to wake up in the morning, not happy about the opportunity that you have with the life force that you have currently. You just need a new vision. You need something that is exciting that you can move your life towards. You are the only species in existence that has the ability to think a thing, plan it by writing it down, and then move your life towards it. No other species can do that. Giraffes can't do that. Lions can't do that. Snakes can't do that. Monkeys can't do that. Cats, dogs, nothing can do that but you. You have the cognitive ability to get a vision, see it clearly in your mind, and then take what's in your mind and make it physical. You have that ability. If you're breathing, you have that ability. Every day is a gift. Perspective is important. If you got the wrong perspective about life, of course, you're not going to be happy to wake up in the morning. Every day is a blessing. Every day is a blessing. So, feeling boxed in at a job. First, you need a new environment if you want to change your life. The second thing you need is a new vision for your life. The third thing you need a renewal of belief of what you can accomplish and the type of life that you can live. You need a renewal of belief of what you can accomplish and the kind of life that you can live. What's the point in creating a vision and getting excited about it if you don't believe you can have it? If you believe that you can have it, you would behave like you can have it. It's simple. And again, the type of things you watch, the type of information you receive, the type of books that you read, the type of people that you talk to, the type of environments that you place yourself in, all these things are working on your belief system. And I want to remind you, the guy with 10 children is talking to you right now. The guy with 10 children and no job since April 2013 is the one giving you this information. I am a walking anomaly. Do you understand? I am a walking anomaly. I am not supposed to be the one giving you this information based on current cultural standards. You know why I'm the anomaly? Because I decided to be. The same way you can make that decision to be the anomaly. Be the one in your family that broke free. Why not? Why not you? Why not you? And the last thing I wanted to give you, calculated risk is necessary for financial elevation. You cannot be scared. You can't be scared. Calculated risk. I didn't say take your rent money and go get started in an opportunity and believe that in 30 days everything's going to change. I did not say that. Calculated risk. One rule that I follow, I'm not going to put my livelihood, I'm not going to put my security at risk to take advantage of an opportunity. I won't do that. I won't put my roof at risk, right? I don't ask anybody else to put their roof at risk. That's not what I do. That's not the way I coach. And some people will. Some people will tell their students, hey, it's okay to take that type of risk because it'll make you work harder. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that. No, you don't put your livelihood at risk, but calculated risk is important. If you value the TV on your wall more than you value the opportunity in front of you, the prospect of elevating financially, if you are that married to that box on the wall, I call it the stupid box. It makes people stupid. You watch too much TV, it'll make you stupid because ain't nothing on there that's going to change your life. It's entertainment purposes only. Tell a vision. Somebody is telling you a vision. And if you watch too much of it, you'll get locked into that vision that won't help you. But if you can't take that off the wall and go pawn it somewhere, sell it, do what you got to do to get some money so you can take advantage of opportunity, you don't want it bad enough. If you can't go in your closet and find some shoes, some old sneakers, whatever you got to do, if you can't look around your house and find something of value that's just sitting there and transition that into some capital so you could take advantage of an opportunity to elevate your life, you don't want it bad enough. You don't want it bad enough. You're conditioned mentally to stay where you are. A calculated risk. A calculated risk. And I can say this confidently because I've done it and it helped me change my life. You got to be willing to sacrifice something in order to get to the higher levels. And guess what? It never stops. There's always another level. There's always a level above the level that you achieve. And you can go as high as you want as long as you keep making the decision to get there. It's your mind expands. Your mind is like a t-shirt. Once it's expanded, it can never return back to its original form. I've seen too much. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I've seen too much, bro. I've seen too much. I've witnessed people make $1 million in 3 minutes. I've seen it. I've witnessed people have $1 million days. Me personally, I've had $40,000, $50,000 months. I've seen too much. I've experienced too much. My mind can't go back. That's why when I said the other day, day 3, I believe it was, that $500 is not a lot of money. That's coming from a place of growth and experience. Because when you figure this financial thing out, you start to realize there's no ceiling. And if you think $500 is a lot of money, you need new mental conditions. You need to change your mental condition. You need to get around other people who think at a higher level and can show you new information to help you get to that higher level. $500 is not a lot of money. And anybody telling you that, you need to get away from them. It takes growth. I used to think $500 was a lot of money, but I grew. I got new information. And then I realized, wait a minute. No, there's levels that I can reach, things that I can achieve. But you are going to have to take a calculated risk. Watch this. And you're going to have to be consistent. You're going to have to learn how to make a quality decision, a decision of quality, not a decision like most people make. They say something today and the conditions in their life change and they don't mean it tomorrow. One thing that I've learned about successful people is when they start something, they stick with it. There is no change in their mind, right? They change their mind very slowly, but they take action very quickly. And they make long-term decisions, not short-term decisions. When you figure this stuff out, you won't feel so boxed in at a job. Again, this is not bashing jobs. It's good that you have a job. It's good that you're able to take care of your family. It's good that you got a paycheck coming in. It's good that you have something that is sustaining you right now. But again, a job is only meant to sustain you. It's not meant to elevate you, not to where you want to go, not to get those things that you wrote down on that piece of paper, that vision that you made clear. It's not meant to get you those things. The job is not meant to get you to the level that you put on that piece of paper. It's only meant to sustain you. So this is not negative talk about a job. It's good that you got something to sustain you right now, but we're talking about elevating. We're talking about getting to levels that are in your mind that you currently don't have at the financial level you're on. The job is not, watch this. That means that the paycheck is not going to be the money that you use to get started with the opportunity. It's not going to be the paycheck. When an opportunity comes, take it, find a way, solve the problem. If the only thing that's stopping you, you love everything about the opportunity, but the only thing that's stopping you is the amount of money it costs to get started, that's an easy problem to solve when you decide to solve the problem. Easy problem to solve. Everybody on this call right now can find $100 to $200, no matter where you are in the world. You just got to be resourceful. Resourcefulness comes from the inside. Resourcefulness is the path to millions. Be resourceful. Figure it out. Solve the problem. Because if you say, let's say the opportunity costs $170, and you say to yourself, I don't have $170. You know what you just did? You turned your brain off. But if the opportunity is $170 and you love everything about the opportunity, and the only problem you have is you don't have $170, but you say to yourself, how can I get $170? That turns on your creative mind. That turns on your creative mind. That is a problem-solving mentality. And that's a problem that you can solve. And once you solve it, guess what? Now you're on a path to financial elevation. Because now you have something that can help you make money outside of the job. The job can sustain you while the opportunity can elevate you. Does that make sense? But it's a belief system. It's a paradigm. It's a way of thinking that you got to decide to tap into. It's just a decision. We're really good at making decisions. You know what I teach my kids? If you want a good future, make better decisions in the present. Because the decisions that you make right now is going to shape your life 5 years from now. If you wanted a better 2025, you needed to make better decisions in 2020. But it's okay. You got an opportunity right now. If you want a better 2030, you need to make better, higher quality decisions right now. You need to maximize every single day that you get. You need to look at every day as an opportunity. Every day. You need to look at your time as more valuable. All right, I think I milked everything I could out of this topic. I think y'all get it. I think you get it. This is what I need you to do. I need you to share this video. I need you to share this out. I need you to like it, love it, comment below what you thought about it, right? I need you to share this out because people need to hear this. I wish somebody would have sat me down and taught me these principles when I was feeling boxed in at my job. When I literally, my physical body did not feel good just thinking about going to work. That's how much I hated my jobs. I was extremely motivated to get up out of there. Right? But share this out. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking for people who are looking for me. I'm looking for people who want more. If this resonated with you and you want to change your life, I wish I had somebody like me who would have showed me the path. Who would have showed me the path. Not only showed me the path, but walked the path with me. Let me rephrase. Run down the path with me. Because it don't have to take long. You in 14 days, you can shift everything about your life financially. Let me say that one more time. With the right information, in less than 14 days, you can shift everything about your life financially. This ain't 1997, y'all. This ain't 1985. This is not 1973. We have the internet. We have a supercomputer called a smartphone in our hands. We got this technology that we're on right now. We have more resources than you can ever imagine that we can use to quickly change things in our life. If you get high belief and then you take an opportunity that makes sense, and you couple those things together, add in a consistent work ethic, add in the ability to follow simple instructions, 14 days, everything can change. Everything. Get my attention. DM me. Write in the comment section. Bro, I want to have a conversation with you. I want more. DM me. Add me as a friend. Get my attention. And then guess what? I'll talk to you. Right? I'll figure out what it is that you want. I'll show you the different avenues that I have to help people change their life, and we'll get to work. All right? 90 days of value. Day 10 in the books. 90 days straight. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, 12:30 p or 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Going live 90 days straight. Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, 12 o'clock every single day for 90 days. I'm committed to coming here and teaching you something that has helped me change my life. And if you apply it, I know it'll change yours. This is what I tell people. I know if I help you change your perspective, even if it's just a little bit, I could help you change your life. Everybody have a great day. Peace.